Last Airbender.
Well, first of all, there's a giant group review of it. I think they probably did that.
Ton of Shadows, Jesse Utaku, and two other guys I forget.
Yeah, I mean, and they do a great big review of it, and they're Avatar fans.
Same here.
This is where everyone goes nuts. I haven't seen the show yet.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy!
You don't need to worry about it.
I hear it's great. I would like to do that, but because it would give me an excuse to see the show. It would give me time. Okay, now I can sit down and watch this because it's part of my job. Because the thing is, I love watching a lot of these shows and everything. I just don't have much time anymore. Unless it's part of what I'm reviewing. So I would like to do that actually. I would like to maybe attack them. What I hear about the movie is that it's very boring, and that's tough to do. That's really hard to make funny, and we found out with Junior actually, because we thought, Schwarzenegger pregnant, this has got to be gold, it's got to create a lot of funny, and it was so dull. And we put a song in there, just thinking about how boring it is, because we couldn't think of anything else. We were so stuck. So those are the hardest ones to do. In fact, those are the hardest ones to sit through as well, because we just can't come up with material. We're just falling asleep and stuff like that. At least if something's really bad, we can enjoy how bad it is. So I'll have to see. Maybe at some point I'll take a look at it. And like I said, because I wouldn't mind seeing the show. Everybody says the show is great.
It is.
But we'll see what happens. Let's do White Hat back.
I recently came across something that was so god-awful I could not make it through the first episode, and that was Mel Brooks' new cartoon of Spaceballs.
No, do not bring up, do not want.
It was a cartoon, and it seems to be...
They did one with Clerks as well and stuff. It's like, it's something
the Spaceballs is almost a cut-for-cut remake of the movie. It is not new original content. I only watched most of the way through the first episode before it was so god-awful I had to
I had an idea years ago. I would love if they did this. You remember in the first Spaceballs movie how they said, well, God knows we'll all meet again in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. I think they should do Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, and make it a satire of the prequels.
I can't clap my hands.
I don't know why they haven't done that yet. It seems like just, fresh for the pickings, and they never went into it. I don't even, if Mel Brooks doesn't want to do it, fine, get the copyright or something and don't do it. Show Barf as a puppy or something. And make the focus Lord Helmet, because that was my favorite character. And just imagine watching him grow up, and Lone Star, maybe they went to the same school, or
maybe
or Colonel Sanders, or a little whatchamacallit, a little yogurt. Maybe when he's born, he comes out with yogurt. I don't know.
Maybe Dark Helmet.
It just seems like there's some great ideas there, and I'd love to see that.
Maybe
The Search for the Sequel.
What was that?
Spaceballs 3, The Search for the Sequel.
We already got a
Maybe-
third one, Search for the Sequel.
Maybe Dark Helmet.
I love to see that, but no, I have not seen the cartoon. I don't know if I want to either. So I'll probably stay.
If you love Spaceballs, I recommend against it.
I think I will.
Actually,
Hold on, let's get our question. Other
Sorry,
guys
sorry.
with glasses there.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? In a coffin? No. Where do I see myself? I'd love to still be doing this. Just something online entertaining. I don't necessarily have to be doing Nostalgia Critic or Bomb or anything like that.
Nothing mainstream.
But I love the freedom of the internet right now, and I hope it keeps up. This bill is scary. But hopefully I can just keep doing this sort of thing and just entertaining and just something where I can really, just sort of do whatever I want and just make stuff for you guys, and not have the quote-unquote man, say, no, you can't do this. That's one of the great things about Channel Austin is that, our CEO very rarely comes down and says, you can't do this, you can't blah, blah, blah. Even if he does, he says, I very highly advise against it, but he's not going to, say, no! So I really lucked out with that, because so many people are so afraid, under big corporations and stuff, to say certain things, and we're talking about certain subject matters and stuff, and yeah, like I said, a lot of this really is luck and just good timing.
take a drink every time he says it.
I love to keep doing this, honestly.
Thank you.
Even when I'm 40-ish, right? Let's see, someone else I haven't heard from yet. Yes?
Couple short questions. Why haven't you done
more old versus news recently? I find them pretty interesting, and like Planet of the Apes especially.
Now, okay, now here's the thing with, I don't do obvious old versus new because we all know who would win that one. You know, I think in fact, the only reason I did the Willy Wonka one was because there were some things that worked, and I sort of did give away the opening. I'm not going to like the new one, but it was at least worth talking about because some of the improvements were good. Planet of the Apes, it's like it looks better. That's it. You know, it's like that's really about it. But one I was thinking about doing that. I know I'll get to someday. I want to do The Fly. I think that'd be an interesting. And other ones, like, they are there, but I don't think they get many views. Like, someone was just recommending The Manchurian Candidate. And it's like, well, it wouldn't be bad. I don't think there's enough of a fan base to really, you know, have, like, a lot of people be like, oh, yeah, I gotta check that out. So, there's more coming. I sort of did a half-assed old versus new with The Haunting. I really
Oldish versus newish.
I love the original. So, you know, but like I said, I even admit, like, it's a half-ass.
It's about family.
It's about family, Grandpa! So, yeah, I really do. Do you have your hand up?
They're doing a third Thing movie now.
A third thing? Well, aren't there like a bajillion Thing movies? Actually, that's another one I keep saying people say I should do is The Thing. Maybe, but again, I don't know which versions to do because there's so many, you know.
Older and oldest.
There you go.
Old versus kind of old versus new versus kind of new versus, you know, maybe like a three-way battle on Melee.
Someone who's in the
The other
middle
thing,
age.
whatever happened to big-lipped alligator moments?
Oh, you know, you do a joke when you have a, here's usually the rule of a joke, a running gag. You use the joke, it gets a big laugh. Time goes by, use it again. Exactly the same, just a similar moment. When the third one comes around, you do a variation of it, you know, because you don't want it to get old.
Like a commercial or something.
And then, after that, they have to keep being variations. You can't just keep repeating it because then people will become sick of it. And I've run out variations, you know, really. And
what about
just
the whole bear thing?
yeah, but as you notice, I won't do it again. Like, okay, a good example in was it Avengers? I think it was Avengers, where I'm like, and now which internet meme should I do involving that?
Time for a game
I
of...
had so many, and you know, if I just went and show the picture, like maybe they get a laugh, but it won't be as funny as comparing it to all the other memes and doing a variation on it. So, with Big Lip Alligator Moment, if I can think of something to do with it, I'll do it again, but I've used it so many times that, you know, I just can't. The only one I'll probably just keep using, simply because it is obnoxious and it's supposed to be obnoxious, is the timing one. You know, I'll just never get, like, yeah, and everyone is so sick of it, that's what's so fun about it. It's like, I'll just never stop. It only takes a second, so. Yeah, I love putting in just the most random moments. Of course!
Of course!
Actually, even that one, I mean, I have to do a variation. I have to stop him from saying, of course. I have to, you know,
love that
like
moment.
He starts to say, I say, no, we're not doing that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you have to do a spin on it. You can't keep using it over and over because it starts to get old.
What about Zool?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, again, perfect example in that Haunting one, you know, knock, knock, really? Come on. Zool, motherfucker, Zool, there right there.
Let's not forget the
You
stuff
make a
in
joke
Pinball.
of how much it's been done, you know. I mean, and it'd be hard to come up with another joke after that for Zool. I mean, for all we know, it might be the last one, unless I can think of something else. But you never want to force it. You know, you just do what comes naturally. If you just feel like, nah, it's been done, I'm tired of it, you know, if you feel tired of it, usually the audience does too. So, also, let's see, who haven't I heard from yet? I don't think I've heard from you.
I was wondering if you were aware of or had heard of it all, B-Fest.
B-Fest?
It's at Northwestern University every year.
Oh,
What it is, like, it's been getting like more and more popular as years go by, but it's like 24 hours of just watching
Someone should ask what
like, bad
anime series he's
movies,
into.
like shout and heckle at him, and
Someone should
then
ask what anime series he's into.
He's answered that before.
like every day, there's like finding these like really just bad movies, like ridiculous
Lyrics, like,
As I said,
lyrics, like Cowboy Bebop.
you know,
Oh, right.
when it's your living, you tend not to seek them out as much. And it's like, I love doing it for a living, but at the same time, it's like when I'm done in my free time, I'm just like, dude, I just want
Has anyone
to
ever said you sound like Lord
or,
Cat?
you know, I just want to go on a walk.
That's pretty awesome.
You know, or something, you know, I want to do something not bad movie related, because you do see so many of them. But I'm not complaining, it's still a great job, you know, and I love it, and it's a great thing to do. It's just in your off time, you tend not to do it as much. Or at least I don't, anyway. So, probably, if I was like sent there to cover it, you know, sure. You know, but just in my off time, hey, you'll see some bad movies. I'm like, oh, I'll pass. I see enough. Let me show. I'm not missing any questions back here. Oh, yes.
Earlier you mentioned